I'm rolling on that fucking gas, I'm rolling that fucking dope. Look me in my eyes, all you see is pain. You gon' fucking feel me on this one, man.
March 10th, baby, it's a beautiful day. Real Talk TV, thank you guys for tuning in again, man. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button, share, comment, you know, all that good stuff. Today we're gonna get, it's kind of like leftover from yesterday's video about being labeled, right? It wasn't too long after they, you know, I went through all that shit in the county jail where they labeled me 2 different things or whatever the case may be, that I bailed out or the court let me out or whatever. Like I said, it was a humbug charge, some bullshit. So I had got out, right? Now, a few years go by. I might have been in and out of there a couple more times. I don't really remember. But 2010, when I caught, well, 2009, beginning of 2010, when I caught my case, this is how dirty they play, right? When I came into jail, mind you, I had already had 2 different labels on me. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what I am. So they're assuming I'm either blood or king. So, long story short, they put me on a blood tier, right? So, I'm not even, matter of fact, yeah, I probably went through 4B, but whatever. I made it to it was 8A, 8A and 9A. I believe it was A is to the left when you come off the elevator, B is to the right. So I was on 8A, 9A. 9A was the blood tier, 8A was the Crip tier. So the first night I'm there, they put me on the blood tier, right? I'm in there, my cellie, I know him, he's an old head from the hood or whatever the case may be. I know a bunch of people downstairs. I know a bunch of people upstairs, like heavy hitters. They were fighting like RICO cases and shit like that from my neighborhood, you know what I mean? Not to say that I know them personally, it was ever mixed up in what they were doing, but I knew them, you know what I mean? I knew the family. I knew quite a few of them, you know, brothers that were fighting that case. Long story short, the next day, nothing happens, you know what I mean? I come in that night, whatever, everything's cool, you know, I walk around, make my call, whatever. I talk to a few people that's out upstairs, and then we lock in, right? So we lock in, everything's good, you know what I mean? Old head hits me off with some food and shit, we kicking it. Next thing I know, the next day, second shift police come in. They're like, yo, pack up. I'm like, pack up? I just got here, like, where the fuck I'm going? Hey, don't worry about that. Pack up. So I pack up my shit. I'm assuming they probably gonna move me to the other side or something. You know what I mean? You know what they do? They move me downstairs to the Crip tier. Cell 9 in the corner. Because they assume that me denying my so-called gang affiliation and them assuming that I'm blood or that I'm king, they decided to get slick and put me on the Crip tier to see what would happen. You know what I mean? Kind of like to try and get me dogged out. But the thing is, I'm from the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Elizabeth. I'm from Newark. 8A was all grape. There was a couple Hoovers, couple 111s, but mostly it was all Grape Street cats. And I'm talking about cats that were fighting Fed cases for guns, bodies. Matter of fact, one of the youngest kids I ever seen get a big amount of time celled right next door to me in cell 8. It was him. It was 2 young brothers that was in there. One was from Roselle. He was up there on a gun charge. I think he had like a 1 to 3 or something. But his cellie had a couple homicides, a robbery gone wrong, or some shit like that. And he was from the hood. He was from Elizabeth. And I hate to say, man, you know, but they smoked him. You know what I'm saying? When he went to court, there were certain circumstances with his case that I'm not gonna speak about, but they gave him like 120 years. Now, you gotta understand the situation, the atmosphere, and the fact that this young, I think he was like 19 years old, man. He was a baby. You know what I'm saying? When I was there in 2009, 2010 fighting my case, like, I had already been through the system. Now, you could tell when you look at these young brothers and shit like that, you know what I mean? They're new to this shit. Like, they're getting used to it. Not to say by far that he was soft, because he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell he was adjusting and learning. Which is crazy, because if they had gave him a chance, man, that kid could have adjusted and learned so many other things. But instead, they gave him over 120 years in prison. They came the next day to bring him to Trenton State Prison. No craft, no in between. You go right from your cell to Trenton State, man. And I swear, bro, my prayers go out to that brother. If you ever watch this, if anybody, you know, who knows him, you know, the brother had the trap star tattoo on his back. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? No names, none of that shit, man. But if you know who you are, man, my prayers are with you, bro. And I hope you holding that up and fighting it in the law library. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get your numbers back, because it was just crazy, man. Even the police knew it. When they came back to the tier, the police let us blow down. You know what I mean? Everybody was in the cell doing it. You know, all his homies and shit. They was in there, you know, kind of like sending them off. You know what I mean? And I got tight with a lot of them Crip homies that was on that tier. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not to say Crips and the others really ever beef. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard we was tying flags down Annandale, you know, quite a while back. But I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? I was never down Annandale. But I mean, long story short, bro, like, they handed that man an asshole full of time like it was nothing. You know? But I had to throw that in there. But the moral of this story is, they threw me on the Crip tier, right? And then they saw like I was living, you know what I'm saying? I was getting along with everybody. And then they moved a couple kings onto the Crip tier. I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, he living there, or they ain't doing nothing to him. Either he got man stain or something, you know what I'm saying? So now they throw a couple kings on there. Turns out I know these two kings too from Elizabeth, man. My bro Gachito and my little man Pop. You know what I'm saying? Little boxing nigga from Elizabeth and shit. I could tell you a couple stories about him too, man. But salute to you guys, you know what I'm saying? If you out there, if you watching this shit, they were stand-up dudes too. Took me under the wing, all that. You know what I'm saying? But like, they knew what I was. You know what I'm saying? It was no funny shit, no, you know what I mean? That's what I say. When you carry yourself a certain way and people know you are what you are, and there's no changing that, they're not gonna try to mind fuck you and manipulate you, because they know better. You know what I'm saying? They know you not no cross, you ain't got no cross in your blood. I mean, my time on that tier, the whole like year and some change that I was fighting my case up there, but we went through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they put me on a blood tier, then they put me on a Crip tier, then they moved kings in to see if the kings was gonna check me. You know what I'm saying? And like, none of that shit ever happened. You know what I mean? I hold my own. You know what I mean? I'm good everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for anybody to come out of pocket towards me. You know what I'm saying? I'm knowledgeable in the shit that I run with. You know what I'm saying? And I got heart. Like, I put my life on the line for this shit. But the story I want to tell you was, I'm jailing on this Crip tier, right? So after I go through all that with SID playing with my life and shit, they send the real blood onto the Crip tier to my cell. My cell. I guess he denied his flag or whatever the case was to SID, and they put him on my cell. Now I'm sitting here, I know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I know what's gonna happen. So the little short Crip homie and Grape Street homie from Elizabeth come up to me like, yo, Twin, you know we gonna do this, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get him up out of here for them. You know what I mean? So like, it was like, yo, I went in the room, I told my man, like, yo, bro, listen, you know this a Crip tier. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean, if you don't check in, they gonna come up in here. Dude was like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that. Let me just clean up. You know what I mean? Da-da-da-da-da. Get the door, you know, let me just get the room for a second. So he locked the door, right? He's in there washing up or whatever the case may be. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. One of the other dudes goes to the police and gets the door popped. Soon as that door popped, bro, there was about 6 to 8 Crips that ran up in there. Pencils, pokers, razors, all kinds of shit. Tearing this brother up, bro. I mean, tearing him up. Don't get me wrong, he kicked, He kicked. I ain't gonna front. He was kicking and shit. But I mean, you can't. You got no win in a situation like that. You know what I mean? Long story short, he got dragged. You know what I mean? Off the tier, like, and it wasn't a good look. I seen a couple fights go down like that where they tried to put a blood on the tier, and everybody knew who he was. There was this one young cat they put up there. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. Like I said, the little young Crips, they was on the tier with me when I was there with some wild motherfuckers, and you know what I mean? When it came to that hand game, they was getting busy. Young boy comes on the tier though, and everybody upstairs is looking at him like, yeah, Suwoo, whatever, you know, they doing their little blood calls and shit. And they like, yo, you better not check in. So dude, the Crip dude actually must have had respect for him or something. He must have had some stain or something, because he went to him and he said like, bro, you know you can't live here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to take yourself, remove yourself from the tier. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what's gonna happen. So old boy just kind of put his bag down and started like slithering around and shit. Next thing you know, they jumping on him. This young cat was holding it down, bro. I mean, boom, boom, boom. Like holding it down. And there was about 4, 5, 6 of them that was jumping on him. And he was toe to toe with every one of them. You know what I mean? In the end, you know what I mean? Like everybody got, you know, dispersed, went back to their cells. The police came, took him out, all that shit. But the point of the story is, man, we could tell war stories all day about how, you know, this gang shit is glorified, and people, you know, make it seem like this or make it seem like that. It's not, man. It's not. It's a whole different ball game, especially once you on the other side of that wall. Once you in that police car and you going to jail and you can't make bail, and you gotta sit in the county or get a bid and go upstate, bro, that gang shit is nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you don't even have to be nothing, but you're associating yourself with gang members, they're automatically gonna assume you're a gang member. And then a lot of shit come with that. Like I said, they will move you around to different tiers where different gangs are, just to test your chin to see, you know what I mean, what's going on. Because what they want to happen is they want your enemy to jump on you, beat your ass, and then motherfucking call you back in that room and be like, oh, okay, now, what are you? So we could put you somewhere where you're safe. You know what I'm saying? Or you could deny it again and we'll put you back on the same tier. That's how they play. You know what I'm saying? Having a gang label or, you know, claiming something, bro, it's not everything is cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying? I can understand if you come from the bottom, if you come from nothing, and you were just raised that way, you were raised around those kind of people, and as you got older, like it just got deeper and deeper, I mean, then I could respect it, and all I could ask is for change. You know what I'm saying? For us older guys to step up and start doing something, man. Because honestly, these kids follow behind us, man, and they are fucking killing each other left and right off of the shit that we taught them. And we're not even on, you know what I mean? We're coming on here playing the same kid games they are, when we should be coming on here like, yo, y'all gotta stop the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Instead, there's old heads on here that got pulled and got, you know, power that are adding to the fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? Adding to the fire. Like, come on, man. I don't want to say no names or no channels, but like, you know what it is, man. Everybody got beef over this, over that. You want clout. Your channel's not better than mine. Oh, you ain't saying, you know what I'm saying, what I want you to say. Like, that's not what these channels are about, man. They're for individuals to speak their mind, their piece, and hopefully come up with some kind of, you know, even ground that we could communicate on back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell all the stories in the world, man. Being in a gang and going to prison is not what you want to do with your life, man. There's too many things that could happen. You know what I'm saying? They you know, like I said, man, those are just a couple little things that ran through my head, and I was like, yo, let me just tell this story. But I have a million war stories where people got stabbed up or cut or beat up or jumped. I just don't like telling them. But it seems like the only way you get views around this motherfucker is if you telling war stories and talking about people getting jumped and cut up and stabbed. People want to hear that shit. But the fucking funny part is they want to hear it from the comfort of their own home. They want to hear it from them fucking sitting on that couch. You know what I'm saying? They absorb it all off the internet and go out in the street and try to act that way and shit. And then when shit get real, that's why we got rats. That's why we got, you know what I'm saying, you know, people that come through prison and get used and abused because you ain't never had no business being there in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, when the fuck are we gonna make it cool to just be a regular dude again? You know what I'm saying? You can't be cool nowadays unless you gangbang, unless you 10 toes. And I respect it, you know what I'm saying? Because I did it, I went through it, you know what I'm saying? I'm all that. But it's to a point where I'm at in my life, man, I'm done hurting, I'm done putting pain, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can say whatever you want about me, you know what I mean? I don't care, bro, I don't care. As long as you don't put your hands on me or touch my family, like, we good. You know? I've been trying to put this YouTube thing into perspective, like, you know, can I be a YouTuber? Can I make constant content? Can I talk, you know, about certain things? Like, because my storytelling game ain't on point, you know what I mean? I could share with you and shit like that, but some of these guys, like, they full-fledged storytellers, and it makes it exciting and interesting. All I'm trying to do is save a life, man. All I'm trying to do is stop the next young motherfucker from going out there because he thinks that's what's up and finding out that it's not. You know what I'm saying? Lil Don just got killed in New York. I mean, these brothers are killing each other left and right. It's time to wake up, man. Like, I make these videos, I try to make them exciting, you know what I mean? But I don't know what you want to hear. I could tell you the dirty, gutter, fucking nasty shit about prison. You know what I mean? But I just try to get the point across that, like, yo, bro, I did it already. You don't have to walk down that path. And I don't care if I have to say this shit over and over in every video, man, because the point is for you to get it. Not just watch it and be like, yeah, oh, hey, right, shit like this, and then go out and do the same shit you was going to do with your friends anyway. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to stand up and be the influencer. Nah, we ain't doing that. That's corny, bro. What are we doing it for? You know what I mean? Somebody gotta stand up. I ain't saying I'm him, man, but, you know, I never turn nobody away if they need to talk, if they need, you know, to know about what's going on, if they caught a case. Your boy Tones is here, man, aka Twin, aka my brother's keeper. You know the shit, Real Talk TV, man. 20 minutes in, I'm gonna drop another video later, man. CashApp will be in a link below for anybody who wants to donate to help get new equipment, cameras, phones, lights, all this stuff that I'm trying to do. I appreciate you guys, man. I hope you enjoyed the video. Real Talk TV.